I decided I want to start doing long form content just because I do. This content is gonna be more about me and less about, conscious things, systematic things. Of course, I'll talk about it a little bit within these videos, but for the most part, this is about me, my story. And of course, I can't share much in a short form. My name is Lena, obviously. I am about to be 26 on April 4th. It's my birthday. So yeah, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself now that I'm more comfortable being in front of the camera and putting myself out there. Becoming a businesswoman and business owner. I always know I wanted to be one. And I would say yes since I was 12. Something in me knew that I always wanted to be somebody. Not for fame, but just to be comfortable in life. I never wanted to struggle how I seen struggle growing up. And I told myself I wouldn't put up with it, and even I think I did pretty well because I wasn't shown all the things that I know today. I just kind of went and researched things and digged up topics on my own. Ever since I was younger, I was very curious. So I was never shown to be in my feminine. I just embodied it. It was just like I was just born to be, I guess, born to be somebody. And I mean that in the most humble way, though. I just wanted to build something that meant something, to be seen in the right way. But if you asked me back then, if I knew I would be doing it like this content, the voiceovers, everything that I've built, sharing my personal healing journey, my opinions, I'd say yes and no. I would also say no too. And here's why. Deep down, my soul definitely knew I was meant for more. Not more attention, but more alignment, more truth, more impact. But also no, because I never knew that I would have to put myself out there like this. Like, I've always been really quiet and shy and to myself. So if I had a hard time putting myself out there in front of a room of 10 people, I never imagined me wanting to be on a platform like this. Which is weird to say because when I was younger, I took acting classes. And I was still really shy in those too. But I always had this personality. But whoever I felt safe with bringing it out too. Whenever I felt safe with you, whenever I felt comfortable with you, you know what I mean? Because my whole life I've been projected onto to not be too much, to stay humble, And I kind of realized something, and I mean this with, humility. I think that's the word. I noticed I would dim myself to not seem like I was the one that was being judgmental, but really I was just reading their projections. People were the one that was judging me. People were the ones that was worried about me, showing this behavior, this dominance towards me. And I'm sweet, you don't have to do all that with me, but people feel like they do. So I always shrunk in rooms, so I didn't seem like who people were trying to box me into, like this bitch, or, not a girl's girl. And I grew up, and once I healed, I'm like, those are your projections. Like, whatever anybody feels about me, I don't care. I walk in the room, I keep my head held high. You don't have to speak to me. I won't speak or look at you. But at the end of the day, your projections are yours to hold. Like, I can't hold your chaos. Like, you have to go heal because I know I healed. So with that being said, because I healed, I don't deserve to carry anybody's projections who's unhealed. That's not my job. You have to figure that out with God or whoever you believe in, because I know I did. That's a little something about me. It's like I always had this light, and people could feel it, and they projected onto me because of my light that I had. And I never want people to feel judged by me. I never ever wanted that. I never wanted people to think that I thought that I was better than them, because God knows I'm not better than anybody. I wanted people to always feel safe with me, so I always shrunk myself. But I had to get out of that because, like, becoming a businesswoman and doing research on all the things that I know and transmuting it is like, not everybody's gonna like you, and that's okay at the end of the day. Like, that's not your job to fix. And if you stay, you know, where you need to be liked, then you're not gonna grow. Yeah, I didn't know that I was gonna have to heal in public like this. I thought maybe I could run a cute little 6-figure business behind the scenes. Very humble. I just wanted to be comfortable in life. Even if I didn't get to chase all the dreams that I wanted or places that I wanted to see, I just wanted to be comfortable. I never wanted to struggle how I seen struggle. Maybe sell some lip gloss or model on the low in some way. You know, that quiet, aesthetically pleasing success. But weekly content, daily growth, coaching other women through healing and business, absolutely, positively, hell no. I did not expect that this was going to be my path. Maybe still coaching women, of course, you know what I mean? Because at one point I was going to school to be like a therapist. I switched majors so much, like psychology, social work, but all of it surrounded human behavior and systems. But yeah, maybe a therapist, you know, I thought I would do work like that. So that I can't cancel out when it comes to coaching. But as far as putting myself out there like this, nope. Like, what's wild, there's always been a split in me, like between who I was born to be and who the world taught me to shrink into. But I'm not shrinking anymore. I'm not scared to be seen. I already got that out of my system. I'm not scared of building in public. I'm not scared of being misunderstood. Because most people projecting, or that come into my comments projecting, it's a root of unhealed behavior. It's a root of how you feel about yourself. You're unhealed somewhere. You don't feel good about your life somewhere. So that's mostly the people that come into my comments. I can read it. I can read the energy through a comment. You know what I mean? I can read what your stupid shit before I even finish this comment. So it doesn't bother me because I'm like, you're unhealed and you have a lot of work to do, and I have compassion for that. I'm going to check you because you don't run nothing over here. But I do have compassion for you, and I do truly hope you heal. And I'm sorry that you went through what you had to, but that's not on me. But the truth is, if this is the version of me that builds a whole empire, then I'm already her. As far as putting myself out there. Not when I get verified. Not when I hit a certain number of subscribers or followers. Not when I make my first 10K month. I'm already her because I showed up when nobody else showed up for me. When nobody was clapping for me, when nobody knew me. I stayed consistent when nobody clapped. And I listened to God, even if it led me away from what I felt was safety. And that's why I'm here now. And that's why my brand was born. And that's why I'm going to keep posting. Because whether it's 5 people or 500,000, this voice is mine, this story is mine, and I'm definitely just getting started. And I think this video went longer than I wanted to. But that's okay. I'm actually proud of myself for getting in front of the camera and doing long form today. So we'll end it with that. Also, I have a podcast where I go deeper on subjects as well, too. Where I go deeper on things that I talk about as well. This is my Beacons link in my bio. I have freebies, like nervous system freebies, manifestation freebies, everything that I researched so you don't have to. All bundled up in one, and it's not confusing because I transmuted it. Really interesting stuff. If you want to support me and my journey, my Buy Me a Coffee link and my Cash App and Venmo is also in my bio as well. I'm trying to think. I'm sure I'm not going to put that out in the air. But if you come across this video and you have any questions, drop them down below. Oh, I also have personal written guidance as well. If you want to ask me some questions, starting at $10. It goes up to $20 depending on what you want, what kind of support you need or want from me. So yeah, thank you for being here. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for your support, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.